I've gotten a turtle and a frog high.
Do you think that's animal abuse?
Ask the animal.
They can't speak. Welcome back, everyone, to Everyday Interview 615. I'm your host and editor, Marcus Reyes, and today our guest will be Caleb Parmer. A brute at first glance, but with a closer look and some insight, you'll see that he has thoughts and opinions that would persuade you otherwise in this episode. Recording in 1, 2, 3. Cut. This is Everyday Interviews. You're on my show. I'd like to start with your first and last name.
Caleb Parmer.
All right, this is Caleb Parmer. We both graduated together, class of 2019. Oh, yeah. I hated Smyrna, though. Oh, yeah. Did you like school?
Fuck Smyrna.
Fuck Smyrna?
Fuck Smyrna High, dude.
I thought you were all... Weren't you on the team or something like that?
I played a few different sports, but I could not stand Smyrna. I did not like class or anything.
Why?
I honestly just didn't like the school system. I didn't have a problem necessarily with the teachers, any of that. I just didn't like school. I don't like the way school's taught. I think that it's very prison-like, and I think people learn differently.
Yeah, everybody learns differently, dude. It's like all different paces and shit. And I think it's fucked up. What pisses me off is standardized testing. How do you feel about that?
Standardized testing? Yeah, I think it really stresses kids out. I mean, if you look in places like Japan and stuff like that, a lot of kids commit suicide over being stressed out over testing, and a lot of people here, people tend to not take it seriously because of standardized testing. I think that there needs to be classes, there needs to be classes for people that don't want to you have to pick a pathway, something to do. You got to choose what you want to do and do that. They have people doing all this other stuff, and it's they don't really want to do that. I feel like people don't learn. They don't learn whenever it is they're blocking things out. Yeah. So it just ruins their whole experience. That's what happened with me in school. Is I didn't really learn all that well in a classroom. And if I would have applied myself, it would have been different. But I didn't have the want to apply myself. I didn't like the way that it was. I don't like the way that I was being taught what it is that I was being taught.
Yeah, well, I think teachers have to, in order to make kids truly appreciate learning, is instill the want to learn or the curiosity. Some teachers would have been Mr. Seiler. He was my summer school teacher. He's the one that made me a fucking whiz at math. I really wasn't that great at math, but it really just kind of opened, there's a certain perspective you have to have with math that I just kind of saw how everything went in. And but yeah, Miss Bennett, I don't know if you liked her. I loved Miss Bennett. She's a great teacher, great, I would say friend, but she's a great person to be there or whatever. But standardized testing is more of a thing of remembering in common sense, and that's all it gets you. But in Europe, they do vocal testing, or oral tests, so they have to speak, and it's a whole different situation when you're not, you actually have to apply yourself. Caleb here is going to the Marines.
Yeah. So I've been enlisted about a year and a half now, and I've been training every fucking week just to get ready for boot camp.
So you went through basic training and stuff?
I haven't gone through basic training or anything like that. Marines, we have boot camp. The other branches have boot camp or basic training, but our boot camp is 3 months of literal hell. You don't get to have your cell phone. No Wi-Fi, none of that. You have to shower around men, naked, man, just straight naked. It's prison. Yeah, basically it's like prison. You wake up every morning getting yelled at. You get yelled at the whole time. You don't stop running. It's constant physical and mental abuse, but that's what it's supposed to be. It's wanting to break that civilian side of you, and they're trying to prepare you for. It's basically like ghost combat. It's kind of getting you ready for. They're like, you're.
It's like COD Ghost, or like real spec op shit.
Yeah, basically ghost testing you, getting you ready for the battlefield. You're gonna be going up against people that don't like you, they hate you. Yeah. They want you to have the mindset that, just because this is going on, this isn't gonna affect me.
Me in war, I think I mean, all wars up until I want to say past, starting with like World War Ones and shit. I think the majority of them have all been wars of idealism and religion and stuff like that. So it's never really been over money. But with these rise of higher powers throughout the world, it's about stuff we don't even know about.
Yeah.
So
Well, like even right now, so there's a whole lot of stuff going on in Iran, and we've deployed, I would say, close to like 100,000 troops over there from all different branches and all different MOSs. But like right now, like Russia, they're flexing their military. That it's a big thing for them. They really just care about their military might. China, they're just gonna sit back. They want the money. They don't care about anything else, obviously, because they don't care about their people. But then Japan's doing their thing, man. But really, the big business is in Iran right now. Iran's they attacked one of our ships, so that's.
I think I heard about that. Yeah, it's in Trump saying Trump's pretty aggressive.
He's pretty aggressive in that aspect. Yeah, he's a character.
So here's a question a lot of people, well, some people find offensive if you ask, but this is my show and interview, so I'm gonna ask it. What's your political status?
My political status, I'm definitely more of a moderate. I like to look at things from I'm very open-minded. I like to look at things through open-minded. I'll listen to anybody tell me whatever it is they want to listen. I'll have it sit there and have a conversation. I'm not one for arguing. Like if I have a certain opinion, I think that I have the right to have that opinion, just like I believe somebody else has the right to have an opinion. I think that if somebody's opinion hurts you, like just like vocally, like you just mentally are weak, and that's your problem. I don't know what else to say. Like, don't get mad at somebody just because they're pro-life. Somebody that's pro-life shouldn't get mad at somebody that's pro-choice. I think that we live in a country where it is that we're supposed to have that. We have that free of opinion. We're supposed to be able to choose whatever it is that we want. You can have that. I don't care. Support what you want to support as long as it's not hurting another human.
Mm-hmm. Let me talk here. Okay, let me turn this shit up. Turn this up. Yeah, I thought Mr. Martin's, what was it called? Contemporary Issues. I love that class. I love that class, but I feel like some of the people just took that class way too seriously. And I was going to say I'm not going to name names. I'll try to withhold from doing it. But let me and you're in that class, right?
Yeah.
Just remember and take a trip down memory lane of contemporary issues. So I thought the pro-life and pro-choice things got pretty heated. People got pretty serious about it. So which side are you on?
Me personally, I'm a pro-life. I believe that I'm a dude. I'm not gonna go get an abortion because I physically can't do it. I'm down for trying to help out the people that are pro-choice. Like if somebody, like, I don't care if you want to go get an abortion, that's your right. I think that you need to be able to go do that. I think that it should be legal. I just personally would rather if I was with a woman that was with my child, I would want her to keep the child, and I would do whatever it takes to make sure that she was taken care of and the baby was taken care of.
So you're saying personally you're pro-life, and from a distance you feel like you shouldn't be able to tell anybody what they should do with their bodies.
Yeah, somebody like that's completely up to you. You get to choose what it is that you want to do with your body. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think or what I'm saying, and I'm not gonna go stop somebody from getting an abortion. Like if you want to go get an abortion, that is completely up to you. That's your decision. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want to. That's fine. I think that people should be able to go do it, but I don't. I want a kid, so.
Yeah, me too. I remember at that time I was pro-choice, and that was for myself and on a personal level because I'm like, fuck no, I don't want kids. I could not take care of a kid. I'm like, yeah, I'd get an abortion. It's that easy. But the more and more I started thinking about it, and yeah, I want a son.
I just think, like, in my perspective, it's like throughout history, it's always been like, a womb is the safest place for a child to be. Like a mother would do anything to protect its child, and then you have people. I think it's wrong. I think where my thing is with the pro-choice is like where people are like, I'm just gonna get rid of the kid just because like it's an inconvenience for me. Like,
yeah, I don't like when. So there's certain levels, incremental levels where they go, and so I think the pro-life one is woman shouldn't have a say in the choice. Life is life and stuff like that. I mean, I mean that's basically a generalization of it, but it's like they take it to a serious level. And on the pro-choice side, they're passing on the wrong message and doing the wrong thing when they're being for pro-choice because they make it sound like they're murderers. Me, when I was in contemporary issues, I try to make it sound like, hey, it's not our choice. It's not the men's choice. It's not anybody else's choice but the pregnant mother and her family or whatever. Not her family, but like her husband or boyfriend. I don't feel like he should have a major say, but I feel like he's the only one that should really be able to convince her or anything like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think that with the whole pro-choice thing, I just think where it comes from at that point when somebody says, like, I don't want to have a kid because it's inconvenient for me. Well, I mean, if you're gonna go around and have sex, you just have sex, and I just happen to have a kid, and you just want to get rid of it because it's an inconvenience. You want to get rid of it because it just sounds kind of selfish to me. I mean, it's fine, like that's all that you want to go do, but to me, it just sounds, oh, well, this isn't for me, so I'm just gonna, just get rid of it just because I don't feel like
Yeah, it's just all in all a really bad way to word it. Any juniors or anybody that's going to be a senior or be in Mr. Martin's class, don't say shit like that because that will make everybody hate you. You can't say it's an inconvenience. It's life. You could say it's not the right time or, in a more formal way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I completely understand if it's a rape child or whatever, you do you. Like, you can't, number one, I live by what I choose to live by. I live by my own code. I'm going to do whatever it is that I'm going to do whenever it is that I'm going to do it. So I'm not going to tell somebody else that they can't do what they want to do whenever it is that they want to do it, because that's completely up to them. They get to do whatever they want to do. They're their own person.
I completely agree with that statement. A very well-formulated statement from Caleb Castle himself. You are a rock star. Caleb is a rock star.
I wouldn't say that yet. I want to be.
You want to be. So, and what things are you doing to move toward that?
Well, I have a band. My boys Jackson Draven, they know who they are.
What's the band's name?
Well, you see, we've gone through a bunch of band names. Late Night Elements has stuck more than all the other ones. Jackson Draven are goofing up and kind of wanting to change or do whatever, but I don't care. I don't.
Late Night Omens?
Late Night Elements.
L&E,
yeah. And so we've been writing and playing a bunch. We spend a lot of time writing. We spend a lot of time writing and composing music for our songs. We're waiting to release things till I get back from the Marines.
And how long was it, 4 years or?
Something like that. I want to work on stuff while it is that I'm in, but it's going to be really, really hard because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be doing my job most of the time.
Well, I think it'd be good when you have spare time in the Marines just to make a suggestion to write. I don't know if you could write war songs or whatever, but those are really...
That's what like Jimi Hendrix and like all these other... Like,
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, Marvin Gaye, Jimi Hendrix, Johnny Cash. These people, even though he talked about how much he hated being in the military, it gave him a lot to write about. It gave him a lot of inspiration. I don't want to write too much about what it is that I'm going to go do because of what it is that I'm going to go do. But,
yeah.
I mean, we're just kind of waiting. We're working and waiting till I get back so we can pursue this like full time.
That'll be good. I hope that all stays together and you guys do something.
While I'm gone. So whenever I get back, we're popping on the scene. I don't care.
That'll be good. I'll be there.
Absolutely. Dude.
What else? So we're gonna start talking about weed now. What's your opinion on weed, and you got any cool weed stories you wanna?
Weed's great. I've smoked a lot of weed. Weed's awesome. I've gotten an innumerable amount of insects and animals high.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's that like? What if like flies start flying upside down and shit, or?
Yeah, dude. No, but I mean to me, yeah, 'cause I'm just like, but I've gotten a turtle and a frog high.
Do you think that's animal abuse?
Ask the animal.
They can't speak.
They didn't run away.
Yeah. I'd imagine it's pretty hard to run away while being in a cage, Like,
Man, I was just holding it right here. I just picked it up. It didn't move, dude. Listen, if the animal runs away from me, it's gone. I mean, the turtle kind of had no choice. So if you see this and you think that's animal abuse, then let me know. If that's like a serious issue.
Maybe I can set one of those like YouTube polls up and do like a who thinks smoking around animals is animal abuse. I guess weed.
I guess smoking in general.
Smoking in general.
Yourself. So.
Yeah, I mean any type of smoking causes You'll die from lung cancer. Just kidding. It's bad for your
If you're
lungs.
smoking weed, I don't care if you're smoking out of a bowl or a bong. If you're smoking, you're fucking your lungs up.
Yeah, any kind of smoking's bad. Aerosols are bad for your fucking lungs. Like, if you have allergies, they could be bad for your fucking lungs. But yeah, animals can't really expose themselves to. They can't. Have a say in it. That is an interesting topic. I hope I can do that YouTube poll. That'll be pretty sick to see what people think.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be. But like, yeah, no, I don't. Weed's great. I smoked a lot of weed. I smoked a lot of different kinds of weed. I have absolutely nothing wrong with weed. I think weed should be legal. I have a problem with people that are like half-assers and don't want to do shit though. So like people that are just smoking weed and sitting on their ass and like not really doing anything, that kind of bothers me because why the fuck aren't you taking full advantage of your own life? Like, dude, you're just gonna sit there and get high? Like that's all you ever want to do? That sounds really depressing to me.
Yeah, it is pretty depressing. Don't ask me how I know. So Iran.
So they've attacked one of our naval fleets, one of our ships. There's a lot of junk going on with that. I'm actually not extremely educated on this topic, but there's a whole lot going on in the world right now. There's a lot of militaries being deployed, and there's a lot of things that we don't know about that's going on.
I got a question. So how do you think, if you were in Trump's shoes, or let's just say you're the president, how would you respond to the naval fleet? Would you carpet bomb Iran to fucking Timbuktu, or would you what?
I have a zero toleration kind of policy. The problem with that is that you have people like Russia and like China and all these other really big places.
Are they backing Iran?
They are backing Iran. They're backing Iran. They don't like the whole deal with us being friends with Israel. They don't like our treaty with them.
I got a question. So let's just say hypothetically Russia, Japan, and China were not backing Iran. Now tell me, what would you do with the...
I'd fucking find out where these motherfuckers were living, and I'd have them executed. I'd send in our spec ops and.
Well, how do you feel about citizen casualties? I mean, is that a risk you'd be willing to take, or would you, I
don't like taking. Well, I'm definitely a risk taker, but I don't like when it comes to human lives. I think that it's important to do the best that we can to make sure things like that don't happen. Yeah. There's a lot of talk about civilian casualties, and it is a big issue, just like police brutality or something like that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, whenever we have people deploy in certain areas, it's not what it is that people think it is. It's not. Civilian casualties it's a big deal. Yeah, but it's not. We don't. People like that don't set out to go kill civilians. It's not something that our boys should be saying. Now, there's a lot of fucked up people. Like, there's a lot of corrupt cops. There's a lot of corrupt soldiers and warriors out there that are doing bad shit. There's a lot of them that are not good people, but they just are good at their jobs, so they get sent to go do kind of shit like that.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know about you, but was graduation a big deal for you, or?
I was ready to graduate. I actually wasn't going to go to graduation. I didn't really care. I did it for my parents because they obviously wanted to see me walk the stage. I was just happy to get out of there. I was ready to leave. I'm ready to leave for boot camp. I'm ready to go start my life. My passion is in music, so I want to get through. My passion is I'm patriotic. I love this country. I love the people. I love the people in this country more than it is that I love the country itself. It's not about this piece of land. It's about the people that are here and the history that we have. Regardless of what anybody wants to say about it, that's my personal view on it. I love this place. I love the people here of all different views, races, beliefs. I don't care if you're red, green, black, yellow, you're gay, bisexual, transgender. I don't care about any of that at all. I love everybody here. I want to protect everybody here. I think that there's a lot of senseless shit going on with people attacking each other. So,
would you be a cop?
Hell no, not here. I feel like it's more dangerous to be a cop here than it is to run straight into gunfire as a fucking...
Do you mean here as in Smyrna or America?
Just in America in general. There's as equal amount of cop killing as there is police brutality. I actually don't know those numbers. I just personally think that that's something that I feel like that's a really big deal. I'm not trying to belittle police brutality. I think it's wrong. I think that there are a lot of black people and African Americans that are oppressed by cops. I think there's a lot of shit that comes from their side too. So I'm not trying to shit on anybody specifically. I'm just saying that there's a lot of bad cops, but there's also a lot of people that are killing and shooting cops.
I got a comment for that. It's from this woman, and I used to watch her all the time as a kid. You may have heard of her. It's Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Everybody makes mistakes, and that's the only part of that song I know. But everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does dumb shit, and yeah, I think it's I don't want to say it's racist. I think it's prejudice to judge a race based off past experiences or what you see. I mean, I generally, what I wish everybody was like was we all judged each other based on our character.
Okay, I'd actually like to discuss this K-pop pandemic.
K-pop, yeah, I don't see the big deal about it. They're pretty I think they're like a group of Asian David Bowies because they're very flamboyant, you know.
Yes. Definitely. They definitely have the David Bowie vibe about them. I'm not shitting on K-pop. I like all music.
You like K-pop?
I don't listen to K-pop. I'm not going to shit on K-pop.
But you support them.
I support their want to do what they want to do. I'm not going to make K-pop. I don't want to listen to it, but I'm proud of them and them doing what they like to do. So,
yeah. So Caleb Castle for K-pop 2019.
Yeah.
Me personally, I can't listen to the shit. It just sounds like a bunch of nothing to me. I don't know. I think you know what? And there's a lot of music I've hated at first and then went back and listened to later. I'm like, you know what? This is all right. And someone took their time to make this and all that. But K-pop it just sounds like a bunch of I can't even describe it. K-pop is indescribable. Is the reason why you don't have a car yet because you're going to the military?
Oh, I had
Marines.
Yeah, I had one. It broke. My van.
How'd you break it?
Anybody that watches this that knows me knows about the Golden Bullet. If you know me well enough, and if you've been lucky enough to get in the Golden Bullet, then you've had probably an extremely wild experience.
Was it? I mean, how'd it look inside? Was it like?
It was gorgeous. It was open. It had room.
Oh, so was it like a minivan or a van? Oh, I thought it was a van. I was like, a van would have been sick. On some Mystery Shack type shit, a van would have been sick. But a minivan's cool. My car's like a minivan.
There's been a lot of shit that happened in that minivan.
Why don't you tell us some stories about it?
Well,
Wildest minivan Golden Bullet story. Go.
So there's been many parties traveled to in the Golden Bullet. There's been a lot of drinking that happens in the Golden Bullet.
How old are you?
Not old enough to drink.
That's a good answer.
I personally think that if I can go be a bullet sponge for my country, that I can drink. I should be able to drink.
Yeah. I think I think for suicide bombers and shit, they give them fucking maybe cocaine or some. You know, I think that's what they do. If there's a terrorist or some shit, I'd want to be, if I was a terrorist and I was going to blow up some shit, not saying I ever considered being a terrorist, I'd want to be strung the fuck out.
Snorting sand.
Mm-hmm. That Arabian sand. That also that Mexican black tar.
That blonde fire.
That blonde fire? Yeah, is that what they call it down in the IRAN?
Yeah, yes.
IRAN.
They just stick their face down in the sand and just snort it right up.
Man, I was watching this one movie called American Me, and I don't know if this is a thing that drug dealers or whatever did. If it was just a part of the movie, so it was against the Mexicans, the BGA, the Black Guerrilla Army, and the Iranians. I think also the Italians. But so there's this one part in the movie where the blacks break in. The Black Guerrilla Army, of course, I'm not referring to their skin color. The Black Guerrilla Army, blacks for short, break in, find the Mexicans, and they kill every one of them by stuffing their face in cocaine. Or maybe it was heroin.
Yeah, cocaine will do you up. It's like...
How do you know?
I've snorted a little cocaine before.
Okay. And you want to tell us about that, or?
Didn't sleep for a few days.
Really? A few days? And did you feel fatigued at all?
Yeah, I passed out the end of the 2 days. I was gone. I was ready to go the whole time. I was up off the cocaines.
So what'd you do? Did you go for a run at all, or no?
Anything and everything, and I regretted all of it. My body was worn slap out after that. I couldn't sleep or do anything. My body did not have time to repair itself. You need to get adequate sleep and drink a lot of water.
Yes, sleep is very important, especially if you're weightlifting. Pretty sure that's the time when
Anything.
yeah, anything. You need
Physically
sleep.
exert yourself. You need to be sleeping. It's good for you. Sleeping and diet's important.
People don't know that. It's like 30% working out, 70% diet. Is that true? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know you're fucking ripped.
I like working out, but
Why?
well, I think for a few different reasons. I think that people should work out. I think everybody should want to make themselves better. I think that if you're not making yourself better, you're not giving yourself a purpose. I think that you're just kind of slacking. And I work out for longevity. I want to be healthy in the long run. I don't want to do much stuff that's going to destroy my body. So, I mean, that's kind of contradictory considering I'm going into the Marines. But longevity, I want to live for a long time. I want to be healthy. I don't want to be hurting all the time whenever it is that I'm older. I do it to be able to help myself. Like if I ever need to be strong enough to move something or help somebody out with something, I want to be able to do that. So like, I mean, it helps me and it's going to help whoever else is around me. It benefits everybody. Being knowledgeable and being healthy is just good.
Yeah. I really appreciate knowledgeable people. I myself can't hold a conversation with somebody that isn't really intellectual wise. Like, it's just I find myself like contributing to the most of the conversation most of the times. That's why I don't like school. I hated it.
I'm not gonna call out any people at all, but there's a lot of people that went to Smyrna that you couldn't speak to worth anything because they just weren't all that interesting, or maybe they just weren't interested. Maybe the people that just don't want to talk to me are just
not interested in talking to you in the first place.
Exactly. Maybe that's maybe that's the problem. Maybe you just think
that is another perspective.
Yeah, like maybe it's not that they're not interesting. Maybe I'm just not interesting. Maybe I'm just not appealing to them.
Yeah, same. I think everybody's got a little bit of something underneath of them and stuff. I mean that they could talk about, but it's just random. It's like, why would you talk about it? I think the key is to just tap into that kind of personal level, from that more outside level to a more personal level, and then people really start to open up. Like with your family, I mean, I have awkward moments with my family, of course, but it's never as much as like people out in everyday life. Especially working at the car wash and being a CSA, customer service assistant, I talk to a lot of people, and it's like, some of them are so weird. Actually, my old boss, I'm not going to say his name, my old boss, he pulls through sometimes, and I'm like, hey, Steve, and he looks at me, and then he looks back and keeps driving, but he'll look at me for fucking once, like 2.5 seconds, he's just like, and then he just keeps driving. I'm like, motherfucker, I did nothing to you.
Yeah, people are weird, man. I work at Witt's Barbecue. I've worked at 2 barbecue restaurants. I worked at Jim and Nick's. But
what's that? What's that about Jim and Nick's?
Barbecue restaurant. It's like right over there.
Yeah.
That way. You don't know where that's at. But there's this guy that comes through. He's kind of odd. He's got a lot of piercings. He's cool though. He's very nice. He just kind of flirts with my sister a lot, and it's kind of weird because he's like 40, and he's like, yeah, I've got a lot of piercings, and I have some that you can't see. And I was like, dude,
so you got piercings on your asshole? That's what I'd be like.
Yeah, that's what I would have asked him.
Like, you got nipple piercings?
He probably does. I actually believe he does. I think he said something about it. I'm worried about having some other things pierced.
Yeah, I could never. Me personally, my phallus... this is my show. My dick, I wouldn't get it pierced. Nowhere near it.
I don't think that anything was meant to enter my dick, or there's a hole on it, and that's for exiting. So
yeah,
there's nothing that I'm interested in putting in my dick.
Yeah, you must be like a real masochist to want to get your dick pierced. I mean, just like I could never bring myself to do it. I was thinking of getting my nose pierced, and even that was a little too much for me. I didn't want to go through that much pain. Unless I had some painkillers, but they don't give you painkillers for getting piercings.
Dude, I'd have been pierced. I'd have had ear piercings, nose piercings, fucking. I'd have gotten my tongue pierced, but like I've joined the Marines. That's why I don't have any tattoos yet.
So, are you saying you would have gotten piercings and all that shit if you didn't go to Marines, or if you had painkillers?
If I wasn't going to the Marines, I would have had all the piercings and tattoos I wanted by now.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting a tattoo. I'm getting the same tattoo my dad has on his shoulder because it's really iconic to me because it's always on my dad's shoulder. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Your dad's big, manly shoulder.
Big. Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. You were talking about your dad.
You want to say what you just said again?
Big, manly shoulder.
Oh, that's not how you said it the first time. So this dude, he flirts with your sister. What, like, does she work at Geminex too, or?
Yeah, she works at Wits with me.
At Wits Barbecue?
Yeah, dude, and he's just, it's fine. I mean, you know, people come through, they just want to flirt with somebody, and my sister just happens to be up at the window whenever it happens.
Yeah. Can't relate. Nobody flirts with me. I mean, some people have it. Some chicks have it at the car wash, but I deflect. I deflect because I'm in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about committed relationships? What, aren't you Mormon or some shit? Or are you just a man whore?
Just a Mormon man whore. Okay.
I said, are you a Mormon or a man whore?
You're not giving me really good options here. I'd rather be a man whore than a Mormon. I just don't want to be a Mormon. I don't know. Actually, hold on. The 3 wives idea, I'll take that back. I'd rather be a Mormon. Like, if I could have a few wives, that's cool, dude. I'm cool with having a committed relationship. I think committed relationships are great. I was just kidding about the Mormon thing. Like, I want one girl. Girls can be difficult to deal with. One of them is hard to deal with. So, like, I couldn't imagine having more than that. I apparently can't even do one. So
is man whore the consensus?
I prefer not to be called that, but yeah, sure.
Oh, he's an entertainer, folks. No, I'm like,
I'm an entertainer, not a man whore.
Yeah, he's an entertainer. You can come see him on Boys Night, Wednesday night at the Crazy Horse downtown. So we'll be seeing you there, Caleb.
You should see me there. It's not funny.
We'll bring some pennies.
If you throw pennies at me, dude, I hope they kick you out.
Ah, sorry. I didn't know that was against policy. You would?
Yeah, I think I'd totally work at a strip club. I think stripping's cool, dude. I think, like...
You think stripping in itself is just cool?
Yeah, dude, like dancing naked on a pole or like just dancing naked in general, I feel like that's a confidence booster. I feel like there's a lot of people, I feel like if you go watch interviews with strippers, I feel like some could get mistreated, but I don't want to get on that. I want to get on the positive side of it. I think, like, you know what, they're walking out of there with a lot of money, and at the end of the day, they have a lot of people telling them how good they look and stuff like that, and I just feel like that'd be a real confidence booster for me personally, because I enjoy it when I get complimented on anything.
Yeah, I have no problem with being nude. I'm not a nudist or anything. I'm just saying. You have a problem being nude?
No, I would be a nudist.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be against nudism or anything like that. If all of America's culture was to be nude, like Adam and Eve, because we're such hardcore Christians. Notice the quotes. Yeah. No, I have no problem with it. In fact, I don't know if this is too personal, but again, I'm gonna say it. It's my fucking show. I walk around my house naked. Yeah. Sometimes. I just feels good to have those fucking body prisons off of you, you know?
Yeah, I like walking around with my man pieces out, you know? Like, I don't feel the need to have to wear clothes all the time. I don't want to. I like being free. I like the way the air touches my skin.
Yeah, we must be John Lennon descendants. I do like the way air touches my skin, especially sleeping naked.
Sleeping naked, yeah.
After a shower or some shit.
After a shower, good sex, and a couple drinks.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Sleeping naked.
Uh-huh.
You guys haven't had a good time in the shower and then slept with somebody and then just gone to sleep naked after sex and you haven't lived.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't say I've had a shower sex and followed it up with sleeping naked. Sucks. It does, you know. I had sex. I'm not gonna say where. I had sex in this small ass shower, dude. I'm talking. It was like, I don't know if you guys can see this planks here, but here's one, here's one, here's one, and here's one. It was like the width of that, maybe in a quarter of this, and it was fucking horrible.
You have to tiptoe in there, like.
Yeah, tiptoe, crouch, fucking go prone and shit.
Shitty, yeah, man. Like all the Call of Duty B buttons.
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Man, shower sex is terrible. I'm just like slipping and sliding the whole time. It's kind of hard to hold her up, especially when you add soap into the mix. It doesn't get any better at all. It's really.
Yeah, you ever get soap in your pee-pee hole?
I've not. Maybe. I don't know. If I did.
It burns.
I bet it does. I wouddn't know. I don't stick soap in my pee-pee hole.
I've just accidentally, just slipped in there. That's ironic because soap is slippery. But they did a bit in what was it, Scary Movie 5 with Snoop Dogg and Mac Miller.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you remember that part?
Hell yeah.
You want to quote it?
I don't remember the words. I just remember Mac Miller and Snoop Dogg being in Scary Movie.
Well, it looks like I have to pick up the slacks, folk, and provide entertainment. So Mac Miller and Snoop Dogg are walking through the forest, and just to sum it up, I can't remember who says what for some reason right now, but one of them says they should have no teardrop shampoo before your dick, and the other dude's like, how do you get soap into your dick?
How do you get soap in your dick? I mean, you would know, but like.
I don't. It just happened.
Hell yeah, dude. That Bed Bath & Body Works comes in clutch.
No homo.
No homo.
But nothing against homos.
Yeah, nothing against homos at all. I love homos.
For sure. I love homos, dude. They're cool. They're fun?
They're fun. They're cool people.
And what way are they fun?
They're just cool to talk to, man. They see things differently. Do you have a guitar here?
It's at my house. Yeah. But I could go get it from my house and bring it down. Maybe get a little bit of you playing the guitar and add it at the end.
Teenage Dream by Katy Perry.
That's cool. I don't remember how the vocals go. Can you sing?
She thinks I'm pretty without any makeup on.
Is that new?
No, it's old. It's so old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember now. It just hit me.
Thinks I'm funny when I tell the punchline wrong. Yeah, dude. I kissed a girl and I liked it.
Yeah. I kissed a girl and I liked it. That's it.
It's a great song, dude. I
That
could
is-
kill that in Just Dance. No,
I bop to that shit.
I'll fucking 1v1 anybody in Just Dance. You won't beat me. Unless your name's Nick Yoder.
Just Dance.
Yeah, Just Dance.
Is Nick Yoder your frenemy?
In Just Dance, dude. He's fucking clean at it. He could do the fucking Macarena backwards, and he's badass.
Oh, that's fresh.
You can also beat me in fucking Guitar Hero.
Yeah. I hate Fortnite.
Yeah, I'm not a Fortnite player. If you play Fortnite, dude, like, that's cool. I'm happy for you, but you won't ever catch me playing fucking Fuck Night ever.
Fuck night. Caleb Parmer, 2019.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually, I'm not proud of it. It's a moment in my life where I wasn't proud of myself. I spent over $200 in Fortnite, and I always told myself I've never spent. No, I just quit playing Fuck Night.
I would have went to rehab. I'd have been scared.
Yeah, I was. I mean, no, and it wasn't all at once, really. It was a long process, and it's like a snowball. It's like a depression, It just progressively keeps getting worse and worse, and you don't notice it. But when I look back on how much money I've spent on Fortnite, well, I'd get on, and there'd be a cool ass skin, and I'm like, you know what? That looks different. I bet you nobody has that, and I'd buy it. And I'm like, it's not the best. It's just average, and I love it. And I'd just buy these average ass fucking skins, and and I'd get on periodically because I hate Fortnite and I can't build for shit in it.
I do think it's fucking stupid, but I guess if you ain't skinning, you ain't winning.
It's like going on a date. Your success rate is 100 times more better if you're I don't know, well dressed. Got your fucking trunk fit shirt on. Your what's it called? Urban Religion. True Religion.
Yeah.
That's it. Your True Religion pants on with the fucking horseshoe on the back, so it draws attention to your ass, and your Yeezys on. If you're not wearing all of that, you're not getting laid. I'm just gonna put the truth out there, kids. You're not getting laid.
Yeah, you're not getting laid if you don't prep for success. You just don't expect to get laid. Don't go on a date and just think that you're gonna get laid anyways, unless you talked about it, dude. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Don't expect that out of a woman or a dude, Yeah,
that's like premeditated rape.
Yeah, if we're gonna talk about dating for a second, if you take somebody out on a date and you expect to have sex with them, and this is not something they spoke with you about, then fuck you. You're just an asshole.
Yeah, you fucking asshole. You misogynist pig.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think about having sex. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't expect it to happen. See, that's the difference. It's like, you can think about sex all day long. As a dude, I think as a guy, you're thinking about like 24/7. You're thinking about food,
Titties.
and titties. Food, sex, and sports, maybe, or like your hobby. So I'm like food and sex is number 1, food's number 2, and then like your hobby is number 3. Like whatever it is that you like have a passion for, you love, is like that and third thing that you're constantly thinking about.
I think I don't think about much. I just do with what's in front of me. But most of the time I'm thinking, I want to say if I had to divide my times up from what you just gave me to go off of, it'd probably be food, sex, then my hobby. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, music's my number 1 thing. I'd rather play music. I'd rather play music than have sex. Like,
Would you rather play music and die of starvation?
no.
Play at like fucking Woodstock? Would you die of starvation to play at Woodstock?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'd rather not make any money and just be allowed to play these shows just for the people. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't care. The money's money. Like, whatever. People say
Fame?
Fame. I like the idea of fame. I don't like the idea of it getting to my head, though. I'm a pretty cocky guy, so I think if I let it get to my head, that won't be good.
Would you be like Justin Bieber and what? Telling everybody to fuck off? I don't know if Justin Bieber does that.
I like considering myself to be humble. I don't care if I have a bunch of fans there. I'm not going to get annoyed. I don't even want to call them fans. Like, those are just my homies at that point. Like, if you're coming out there and supporting me, you're not a fucking fan. That sounds, it's like a toolish thing to say, in my opinion. Like, you're a homie. Like, if you're out there, then you're out there supporting me. I'm gonna love you, dog.
So, other than calling them fans, if you called them fucking believers or something like Justin Bieber's thing, do you think that's calling them a tool as well?
No, I guess not. I mean, they like being called a believer. They're true believers.
I'm a believer. I'm a hardcore believer.
I'm not gonna shit on my boy Beeves though. He's got out some songs now, and I mean, he just did that remix with Billie Eilish. And Billie Eilish, hold on, Billie Eilish is a fucking champ.
I don't listen to her. I know my girlfriend does and stuff. I don't listen to that much new music because I like music. I've just been listening to classic rock and stuff. But yeah. What about Billie Eilish?
She's just good, man. It's just not like that anymore. Like, you don't see people. She's young and she is blown up. She surpassed sure, you got Bad Baby.
Isn't she like 16?
She's 17. Billie Eilish
17.
is 17 years old, and she has amassed global fame. She has global dominance with her music. People love her music. She has so many streams, I don't know how she hasn't her brother's really good too.
Who's her brother?
Phineas. He played in Glee.
I never really watched Glee, but yeah, I mean, you're appealing. I mean, most of with the big transition of technology, like phones and shit, older people aren't as inept to media and stuff. They're more watching TV, and with most of mainstream media being on phones and Instagram and shit like that, I think that's why the mass majority. I don't want to say the mass majority, like her fan base is like the younger youth. I mean, maybe below 30 or something like that. So that's why. I mean, the youth is what's carrying on the media and keeping trends and stuff, you know?
Absolutely, man. But we're also bringing back a bunch of old trends.
Like what?
Fanny packs.
Fanny packs? I wanted to get one. I never thought they were lame, ever.
Hold on.
Okay. Caleb's going to get his I was going to say Phineas pack. Fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
That's nice. Yeah, I was thinking of getting one while I was in Florida. I'm like, you know what would be useful? A fanny pack. I fucking hate carrying this backpack all day.
Because we were in Six Flags. I went to Six Flags. I enjoyed my first little bit of Six Flags, but after you get there and you ride a few rides, you're kind of like, fuck this. Like, it's hot. It's nasty. You see people throwing up. It's kind of bad.
Would you go skydiving?
Actually, so my friend that dropped me off here, we're going skydiving like this week or next week.
Dude, when I turn 18, I'm going skydiving.
Yeah. I haven't been yet. It's going to be a great experience. I'm really excited for it. I mean, I'm going to be doing a lot of jumping out of helicopters and planes and shit. And
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a second. He's about to go to the Marines. He's going to do this shit anyways.
yeah, I do this shit all day, every day. So, like, it's cool. I'm excited to go skydiving. I just, like, hope I don't pass out mid-flight or some shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not scared of passing out. I would just more be disappointed if I passed out.
I mean, yeah, you'd be dead.
No, well, you don't start off if it's your first time. You have to go through like all these classes and shit to even drop off by yourself. But I think your first time you're strapped onto a guide or whatever, and they parachute you down. But if I passed out, I would just be pissed because I spent all that money and just missed the whole fucking experience.
Yeah, man, I want to be, like, nose diving, you know, just, like, all the way down, man. I want it to be, like, awesome. I just want to be flying down towards the earth.
That'd be sick. And what I think of every time I think of going skydiving is like that one scene from Call of Duty Black Ops 2, I think, from the story mode where they had the fucking wingsuits and where they were flying and shit. That was sick. No, that was cool. Man, I miss the old Call of Duties. All right, Caleb, so we like to end the show. Well, I do. I'm trying to make it a tradition to end the show with asking you a question on the spot, you know, so kind of put you on coals or whatever, hot coals, and you just got to formulate a good answer. I mean, it doesn't got to be good. It's got to be what you want it to be, you know, and so, you know, here's your chance to say what you want to say. So I want you to give us a message of what you think is really important to you and something you would just like to tell all the folks out there, you know. So the stage is yours.
Something that I just started living by is don't treat others how they treat you. Treat them how you want to be treated. Treat them with kindness, even if they're going to be mean to you, if they're going to be whatever to you. Kill them with kindness, man. Just
Kill them kindness.
be a servant, dude. Be a servant to people. People think that it's all about them, that it's all about whatever. Really, if you're the one doing the serving, you're really doing the one doing the winning. Because without you, they're nothing. They need you to be whatever. They think that they have you under control. They don't.
Yes, sir. And that is Caleb Castle. So do you want to give us your Snapchat and Instagram?
Yeah, add me on Instagram at Castle_Caleb and add me on Snapchat at LNE Caleb.
All right. Well, this is my acquainted, hopefully now friend, Caleb Castle. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for being on the show, and I'll see you later.